March the 2nd is the birthday of General Sam Houston. He's a huge figure in Texas history, but also a big figure in American history as well. You go back to Texas history, of course, the Alamo, the Battle of Alamo, that's central to all Texans. He became the first president of the Republic of Texas. This is actually some money signed by Sam Houston as president of Texas down here. But he was later elected to the U.S. Senate. He was a senator from Texas. And in the U.S. Senate, the biggest issue of the day was the debate over slavery. And while he was there, the Kansas-Nebraska Act came up. That is an 1854 act that was going to expand slavery all the way up toward Canada. It's a terrible act. And so a lot of the anti-slavery people came out against it, including a petition that came from New England that had 3,000 clergymen sign the petition saying, "Don't pass this act." Now, 3,000 clergymen, that's 3/4 of all the clergymen in New England signed this petition, said, "Don't do this. We don't want slavery to extend." Well, when that happened, a lot of the pro-slavery senators in the Senate, they went wild over this. They said, preachers shouldn't get involved in politics. They need to stay out of this. They need to keep their mouths shut. And it's going on. And well, the leading anti-slavery senator is Charles Sumner of Massachusetts. And so he's about to get up and address those senators who are attacking the preachers for getting involved in politics when Sam Houston stands up and says, "Sumner, sit down. I've got it." Houston is a senator from a pro-slavery state, and it's all the pro-slavery guys attacking the clergymen, and the anti-slavery guys about to speak, and Sam Houston says clergymen were citizens before they were clergymen. They have every right to speak out in politics and to be involved. And Sam Houston went off on this long speech about how the preachers have the right to be involved in politics, including against slavery. And the speech was so good that after it was done, this is from the records of the U.S. Senate, and it talks about Houston's speech in defense of the clergy, and all these senators wanted thousands of copies to pass out to their constituents. So it's a great speech by Houston. By the way, Sam Houston, his wife was named Margaret. She was back home in Texas while he was there in D.C. doing this speech. And she's writing to him about, you really need to know Jesus. You really need to come to Jesus. And later that year, after giving the speech, later that year, he became a Christian. He returned back to Texas, and the president of Baylor University baptized him in a creek. So Sam Houston is born this day. He is a very unusual political guy in that although he was from the South, he did not want Texas to secede. He was an anti-slavery U.S. senator who defended the right of preachers to be involved in politics.